Hi, I'm Leanne. Welcome to my kitchen. And today's recipe for lemon cheesecake bars was shared with me probably over 15 years ago by a blog reader. Now, if you've never visited my blog, you can check it out at yourhomebasedmom.com. I have over 1,700 recipes, family friendly, picky eater proof recipes there. But my blog reader promised me that this recipe would become my favorite lemon recipe because she knew what a lemon lover I was. Well, I have to be honest, it probably is in my top 3 lemon recipes. My favorite has always been that lemon angel pie up there where I have a small batch version. Hands down my favorite. But this one, close second or third. These lemon bars are a dressed up version of the classic lemon bar. There is a layer of sweet cream cheese in between the topping and the shortbread crust. So good. Now, if you're looking for a traditional classic lemon bar recipe, I have one of those too in small batch form, and you can find it right up here. And who knows, these may become your favorite lemon bars. So because we've got that little extra layer of cream cheese in there, these lemon bars take just a little bit more time, but I promise it's totally worth it. So we're gonna start with the shortbread layer, and for that we are going to take 3 tablespoons. I've got chilled, salted, just kind of diced up here butter. All right, and we're just gonna put that into our bowl. Into that, we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of light brown sugar, a half of a cup of all-purpose flour, and just a pinch of salt. If you are using unsalted butter, go ahead and add in 2 pinches of salt. And then we're gonna use a pastry blender. You can use a fork, and we're just gonna incorporate that butter into our flour till we have a nice crumbly mixture. Right after that butter's all incorporated, you don't wanna have any little lumps of butter like bigger than a small pea, okay? Now we're gonna take our 9x5 loaf pan, which I have lined with a parchment sling. You can see my video for that right up there. Makes it so much easier to remove these bar cookies. And then we're gonna just pop all that mixture into the bottom and go ahead and just flatten it out into a even layer. Now it will seem kind of dry, which is totally fine because as it bakes, that butter is gonna melt and it's gonna hold that yummy shortbread together. We are gonna bake these in a 325-degree Fahrenheit oven for about 12 minutes or until they start to look just slightly golden brown around the edges. Right now, while that is baking, we're gonna go ahead and mix together the cheesecake layer. And we're gonna start with, in my bowl, I've got 2 ounces of softened cream cheese. And into that, I'm going to add a tablespoon of beaten egg. So I took an egg, beat it up, and we're only gonna measure out a tablespoon. Now, I've got lots of recipes here that use a tablespoon or 2 of beaten egg, especially those giant cookie recipes. Check those out up there. It's a perfect way to use up the rest of this egg. Throw it into your eggs in the morning. Go ahead and throw it into a ice cube tray or pour it into an ice cube tray and freeze it. And then you've got more egg ready to go next time you want to make something yummy, small batch again, maybe these lemon cheesecake bars. Then we're gonna add in 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar. I'm gonna add in a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I actually measured it with a measuring spoon that time. And if you watch my videos, you know most times I measure vanilla with my heart and just pour it in. But half of a tablespoon of milk, use whatever milk you have in your refrigerator at the time. And then we're gonna add in some lemon juice. Just a little bit of lemon juice, just to give a little, we're gonna use a half of a tablespoon of lemon juice. We're gonna use a lot more in the top layer of just a little bit more, top layer of our cheesecake bars. And then we're just gonna take our hand mixer and mix this together till it's nice and combined and creamy. All right, we have pulled it out of the oven. That shortbread crust looks set. You'll see little holes or like pock marks in it from where the butter melted. That is totally normal. So we're gonna take that cream cheese mixture and now we're just gonna pour it over the top. Now just kind of do it gently. Don't just plop it all on there at one time. We don't wanna lift up any of that shortbread down there. All right, get it all out. And then just spread it over the top. All right, this is gonna go back into our oven for about 14 to 15 minutes or until that cheesecake layer is set. All right, now while the cheesecake layer is baking, we're ready to mix up the final layer. Remember, I promise you, these bars are worth this little bit of extra effort. So for the top layer, which is more the traditional lemon bar kind of lemon layer, we're gonna take 1 egg. We are gonna use the whole egg this time. I have got here a 1/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar. I'm gonna just take that and mix that together. And then we are going to use 3 tablespoons of fresh squeezed lemon juice. 1, 2, 3. And then we have got in here 1½ tablespoons of all-purpose flour. This is going to act as our thickener. So to kind of avoid it getting lumpy, just sprinkle it on a little bit at a time as you are whisking it in. Nobody wants lumpy lemon bars. And then as soon as those are done baking, we are going to pour this on top and put it back in the oven for just a few more minutes. A few more minutes being about 24. All right, our cheesecake layer is set. And then we're gonna pour that top layer on. Now, this is when you want to really kind of pour slowly because that cheesecake layer will lift up into it. If a little bit lifts up, totally okay. You just don't want the whole thing lifting up. So I just take it and kind of go down the middle and just nice and just kind of drizzle it on there, just very gently. And just go over the whole surface. It's gonna spread as you pour. Just a nice, slow, gentle stream. You're also going to want to turn down your oven to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. Turn it down as soon as you take this out, and then when we put it back in, it will be at 300 degrees. And we're going to pop this in and bake it for another 25 minutes until this top layer is set. And it'll just start to turn slightly golden brown around the edges. So I let these set up in the pan in the refrigerator for a couple hours. But before I serve them, I like to sprinkle them with a little powdered sugar. And we're just gonna put a nice little coating on. All right. And don't worry if you get a little bit of like seepage, if it seeps out a little bit from the parchment paper in the pan while it bakes, totally normal, totally okay. And then we'll go ahead and slice these. If you don't, for some reason, don't eat all of these after they're made right away, do keep any leftovers in the refrigerator. But look at that. You see those yummy, the shortbread layer, the cream cheese layer, then that nice gooey lemon layer there on top. These are so delicious. And if you are a lemon lover, you're especially gonna love these, and these may become your new favorite lemon treat. So thanks for joining me in the kitchen, and I'll see you in the next video.